Ukulele Mike here. I had such a great response to my posting of the Puccini aria O Mio Babbino Caro that I decided to do a bit more thorough tutorial on the song. I'm going to be doing this in sections. So the first one will cover how the right hand finger picking pattern is done in this song. So let's take a look. Throughout this song, I'm generally using a right hand pattern that is simply middle finger, thumb, index finger. Middle finger, thumb, index finger. Now I try to keep my middle finger always on the first string, the eye or the index finger always on the second string. The thumb can play the fourth or the third in all finger picking patterns. Now the only time that changes is right here, where my hand shifts over and now the middle finger plays the second string, the thumb plays the fourth, and the index finger plays the third. But generally the middle finger always plays the first string, index finger plays the second string, and the thumb plays the fourth string. So there you have the pattern for O Mio Babbino Caro. On the ukulele, as in all stringed instruments, we have what we call positions. Right now I'm in the third position, meaning that the index finger is on the third fret of the first string. And in the third position, index finger is on the third fret, the middle finger plays the fourth fret, the ring finger plays the fifth fret, and the pinky plays the sixth fret, and by extension the seventh. Now I'm in the second position when I slide it down 1/2 step. Now I'm in the first position. Now I'm in the open or zero position. Now the beginning of O Mio Babbino Caro is in the third position and sounds and looks like this. Then it switches to second position, then zero position, then back to third position with the index finger being on the third fret of the third string. Now keep these positions in mind because you don't want to use the index finger as the sole noting finger. You don't want to go. That can really cause errors. It slows you down, tires you out, can make your playing very choppy. So always keep your hand static in the position that it needs to be in before you need to move. Hi, the ukulele has inherently very little sustain, some more than others. So as a player, we have to do all we can to help those notes linger longer than you would expect them to. One way to do that is to be sure that you hold the string down securely as you play it and don't lift it up until you need to, until the last precise moment when you do a note change. So for instance, in the beginning of O Mio Babbino Caro, we have and so forth. Now, notice that when I go up the fingerboard, I leave those all down as I go up. I don't go. And of course, as I said earlier, you don't go. You don't do it with one finger. So you got the third fret, you're in the third position. Then the ring finger goes down, and the little pinky goes down on the seventh fret. Now it's a little bit of a stretch. A little bit of a stretch for some of us. But if you keep your thumb placed firmly on the back, don't bring it around here, bring it around the back of the neck for support, and then drop the wrist down this way instead of this way. Drop the wrist down. that will assist you in getting that little pinky stretched up there to the 7th fret. So don't lift that finger up on the preceding note. As soon as you lift it, it deadens the string. So in all cases, try to hold down the string as long as you can to let it sustain and linger on. That will create a smoother style and sound to your playing. The notes are connected, and as much as possible they continue to ring. And when they ring, it creates more of a background to your sound, a fullness to your sound. So there's just a little tip in this song on getting a more smooth style to your playing. As I mentioned before, Mio Babbino Caro has great range to it, from the lowest notes to the highest notes. And it's important, it's essential that you keep your eye on the string, on the frets, as you're going up and down the fingerboard. Now, as I play this, notice how my little pinky goes all the way up to the 15th fret of the first string. Now, a standard tenor ukulele meets the 14th fret, meets at the body right here. So this is the 15th. It's one more over the top of the body. If you have a cutout here, that gives you a little bit more room to get your hand in there to get that. But with a standard shaped body like mine, you actually have to reach over the top of the body to get that 15th fret. Now, quite often there will be a little dot there, a little marker to tell you that's the 15th fret. If not, you just got to memorize it. And you, as you play a passage like that, and this is typical of all tablature really, is to memorize a section at a time, like 1 or 2 bars at a time. Not to memorize the whole piece right away, but just try to memorize a section and then loop it and move it over and over and over again. So like in that case you go, I'm not even playing the other parts, just the melody only. Now, when I go up there, I don't go 3, 5, 7, 3, and then I have count 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I just go, I look up at the 15th fret. I've already memorized where that is. I look to where it is, and my little pinky goes right there. The little trick, if you focus your eyeball on the fret, most of the time the finger will go right to where your eye is looking. Just a little trick there. And then you got to back off then to the 10th fret. Now I'm also, to create a little bit smooth sound to it, I'm doing just a little slide. It's hard to do it in a slow tempo. So that's just a little tip there on how to get accuracy in your playing. And once you've memorized that little measure, a 2-bar section there, then you can insert it into the piece itself. But at all times when you get to that point, keep your eye on the fret and on the string. Keep your eye glued to the string and follow your finger. Don't follow your finger up. Just have your eyeball there and have your finger meet where the eyeball is centering or focusing on the string and the fret. I happen to be playing this on a standard tuning, G, C, E, A, with the G, the 4th string, being above middle C. So it starts above middle C and then goes down to middle C. Now, that kind of tuning where you start with a high note and then drop to a low and then go back up again is what we call reentrant tuning. Reentrant tuning is found on other instruments, well, such as the lute, other medieval and Renaissance instruments. It's what gives the ukulele that typical Hawaiian sound, that lilt to it. Now, I've explained in a blog earlier that there are preferences to low and preferences to high. One of the advantages for the high G or the standard tuning is is found in this piece where I go, where I'm actually able to exploit that fourth string as a melody note because it's higher. Now, if that were a low G tuning, I wouldn't have that note available. So, and then at the very end of the piece, by the way, I go up to that 15th fret. That's a C chord. Just a higher inversion of it.